In the last video, I had this shifter, which is a B&M Pro Stick, mounted up like this right here. Well, it occurred to me last night, and then a commenter pointed out that I had the shifter in there backwards. So, the shifter is supposed to be like so, which means the cable is supposed to come in from the front, and I've got a neat little hole here in the back. Well, that was good practice, because now I need to mash that back flat and weld it back up and make a new hole in the front. I sure am confused on this project. There, after a little hammering with my handy shrinking hammer, got that pretty flattened out pretty good. Now I just need to weld that up and hit it with a hammer and dolly a little bit more, and that little error will be no more. Alright, I'm going to weld this up with my little Cobra torch. Shouldn't take but a second. And a piece of concrete tie wire. It's welded, and while it's still hot, lay it on the dolly. And take the warpage out. And it's done. I didn't get a very good shot of it in the camera there. Well, it's still hot. You lay it on a dolly and then hammer it. Take the warpage out of it with a hammer. It's called hammer welding. I don't know that I got the exact technique right, but what I'm doing works pretty good. She's nice and flat. Nice thing about this technique is I haven't ground it at all. And you can see it's not really necessary. It's nice and flat. Since I had the shifter on backwards, when I flipped it around the correct way, I needed to move it forward so it wouldn't hit the seat in low. And I think I'm gonna get lazy and leave those in place. You know, that way when my boy gets older, he can ask me, "Hey Dad, why you got 4 extra nuts on here?" And I can tell him a story. Alright, it's done again. Got the hole drilled up there for the cable to go through, and we'll let Mrs. Heavy Chevy start painting it once she finishes cleaning it up. And next time I'll show you about my little project on the gauge package here with my new gauge that won't fit.